Hello, I'm Kristy from Modern Witch and from Drippy Bone Books, and this is my video for the Denver Zine Library. I'm living in Amsterdam, hello, from Holland, and but I'm from Denver, and I worked at the Zine Library from the beginning, 2003, to till I moved to Holland in 2009. Here are some of my zines. Single white female. This is a zine that we published called Rescreened, of some screenshots of really classic movies here. Slime City. And oh yeah, Natalie Rogers, amazing, from LA. And this is Keenan, my partner in LA, who also publishes Drippy Bone Books. This is his very famous comic, Galactic Breakdown. #1. #4 was just released. Anyway, you can check these out at the Denver Zine Library, except this one I haven't mailed it yet. And you can also find them online through your own zine connections. Find Mario in Denver if that's where you're living. But I want to talk about the Zine Library, how important it is as a resource locally in Denver, but also internationally, wherever you are, to have this special archive. If you're publishing zines, then you should mail them to these special archives. A lot of them started in the States in the early 2000s, and I think it's really special that the Denver Zine Library is one of them that's still around and still completely volunteer run and run as a nonprofit organization. Because it's a library and a lending library, there aren't very many sources of income. At one point, and when I was very involved, we were having a lot of music shows. Now I think the Zine Library is mostly focused on zine readings and giving workshops, and sometimes you can make money by that, and other times, of course, we would just traditionally do them for free. The first zine workshop that we did, Eduardo, another volunteer, and myself drove down to Castle Rock and met with this group of high school kids. We made some zines and listened to some tapes. It was really cool. And when we were driving back, it was the winter time. That's when we decided that it would be very important to incorporate as a nonprofit and kick off a mission around having a more workshop-based and educational-based program, in addition to just having this archive and alternative library space. But now that I'm here in Europe, I'm still archiving and collecting zines, many of them, meeting a lot of different people who are making zines, and wanted to show you some of the things that I found here, and why we probably need a zine library in Amsterdam soon, or these to go to Denver where they can be archived and collected properly. This is a beautiful zine that I got a couple weeks ago at a show that was made by Hees. He is in this band Vacanti, and they make electronic techno music from up north in Holland. And this CDR is super nice. They played at a dance night, and he also makes these really lovely, fully screen printed zines. Nice thick paper, really bright. This one has a beautiful gradient. I don't know if it's showing up here, but it's like a multicolor, 4-color print. Really bright, popping, weird art, just like I like it. And this one too, super nice. Yeah, gorgeous, nice and big. What else do I have here? I have this nice one from Christopher Klein in Berlin, and it has my friend Brent Wadden's art. Nice centerfold here. Classic. Really beautiful. A Denver zine. Ed McDonald, cartoon legend. Under the Underground #3. Really great here. Billy Burgers. Billy Burgers. There's also a pickle drawing in here. Let's see if I can find it. Psycho Pickle. Psycho Pickle. Ed should do a reading at the zine library. Anyway, what else? Oh, this is really nice. Clear Dark from Daniel Hippolito. Hopefully I'll get to see him soon in Austin. And he does these beautiful India ink murals. And he also has this nice zine of his graphic artwork. All black and white. Really, really lovely. Let's flip this for a second. It was hard to get this video going with silence in the background, so I put some music on. What else do we have here? Oh, this is really cool. Relax with Nature, Portal Tropicales. The first really nice show that I saw in Amsterdam in The Hague. I picked up this zine there, and it was the first time I saw Dolphins into the Future play. Really blew my mind. And Stellar Ohm Source as well. 2 electronic bands, both kind of new agey at the time. Lots of synths. But this zine is really, really cool. Some nice relaxing artwork. And a lot of coconuts. And this is maybe 3 or 4 years old now. 3 years old, something like that. Chips, one of my favorite shows growing up. The Gate Will Open. The Gate Will Open. Really beautiful. Screen printed cover. Lovely. I just pulled some from the pile. Let's see what else. Oh, really nice. Arcoplex. Rasmus Emanuel Svensson. Woo! Really lovely architectural drawings of some subliminal landscapes. Love it. It was nice. I'd been trading some zines with him from Denver, and then when I moved here, I was able to meet him. That was really cool. Look at this. A little shrine. Sweck magazine, classic. Classic graffiti magazine. It's like 40 pages of Sweck. Swecker, Sweck, 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 Sweck 1, Sweck Rock, Sweck, 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 Swecko, Sweck, 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 Sweck. Just insane. Kids going crazy. This is a really nice comic I picked up in Italy. And my friend translated it for me. Also super nice. And there's lots of them. Vabbè vado a cercare un lavoro. Okay, I'll go looking for a job. Great. And I have a couple of here. Oh yeah. Well, here's one of Johan's really, really nice mini zines, stencil printed, lots of color. stylum. And one of the first zines I found in Amsterdam was this one, the Psychedelic Session, also printed at the stencil printer here in town. But it's just really gorgeous, and I found out a little bit about this group and met some of them later. But they would get together and someone would pick a topic and they would all work and make a book together. So I have this Psychedelic Session. And this is some blotter paper from Experimental Jet Set, a design agency here in Amsterdam. Really cool. Nice poster. Psychedelic Session. There's also this nice one, the Sweden Session. Comes with a CD, but it has this cool piece by Nadine Byrne, also in Sweden. She makes music and really cool costumes and lots of zines as well. And so I finally have something, one of her publications in it. But there's many ways that you can contribute to the Denver Zine Library. One, if you're making zines yourself, to donate them. Also to donate some cash for this fundraiser, for this drive. And then, of course, if you're in Denver, to volunteer. There's always so many things to do at the Zine Library. Even if you just hang out there and keep it open, it's really, really important. I have a lot of really good memories from the Zine Library and think about it all the time. We had really nice shows there and a sound system. It was the first PA sound system that I was a part of and kind of started making music there. I met my band, Modern Witch, and all of my partners for making zines through the Zine Library. I think it's really important to have underground spaces that function not just for musical release and art parties, but also for educational purposes, and have this whole blend of missions going on, or just an alternative space. So instead of just having and fostering show spaces and music venues and art galleries and art spaces, also to have a nice place where you can go during the day and have access to materials that aren't readily available in other places. The archive is really nice and is sometimes available online in different forms, and hopefully it will soon be again in a database. If anyone wants to volunteer and help out with that, that would be super cool. Denver, I love you guys, and thanks for running this campaign for the Zine Library. I think that it's such an amazing project. It's been around for so long, and may it be well into the future. Please support. Bye. Good night.